Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am so happy to have you all here today. The much anticipated season 3 of Young, Famous and African, that's a bit of a tongue twister there, officially dropped, and today we are going to count down some of the most shocking moments from this season. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I had to first go back to the first one and the second one just to recap. I haven't really been in tune with the show from the inception, so I had to catch up. That's on my part, but I am all caught up and we are going to get into it, okay? There's a lot of drama, a lot of shade this season, but an upside to all of this is the fashion. We are going to get into all of that. But before we do, if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to the channel and please engage with me in the comment section. I would very much like to hear from you guys what you think about the season in particular. So feel free to engage and please do like this video, share it with your friends and family. If you have already subscribed, thank you as always. I'm very appreciative, and let's get into it. As we all know, the show follows a group of African celebrities, socialites, media personalities, designers, the whole bunch. All of the groundbreaking individuals on the continent, showcasing their lavish lifestyles along with navigating their intricate relationships amongst themselves, whether it's friendships, more than that, the whole gist. And this season started off on a high note when Zari tied the knot with businessman Shakib, and everybody made it on the guest list. And Annie was surprised to have made the guest list given the fact that they have had a rough patch in the previous seasons. It hit home to Annie because we know of how she treated Zari in a similar situation. So this was very shocking for her to realize that Zari was being the bigger person. You can trust that Swanky will come with a +1. And in this case, Gifile Mabote, she's done big things in the content creation space. And that was her introduction into the show as Swanky's friend. And later on, the Nigerian actress, Miss Ini Idu. I hope I'm not mispronouncing. If I am, please forgive me. She also joined the show through her affiliation with Swanky himself. This season, Shakib was navigating the dynamic between Zari and her children's father, Mr. Platinums himself, just the dynamic that they have as co-parents. A fan favorite for this season. On some Reddit post, a lot of people pointed out how calm he is, the way he conducts himself is very laid back, matured as well. And people are like, okay, we kind of see why Zari actually settled for this guy. Each and every time with the introduction of Zari to a new lady, if it's a connection with Diamond, there will be some form of animosity or any other reasons. So this season, Gifile was the one who was not necessarily gravitating towards Zari. They were the oil and water this season. The Naked DJ and Kaylee were on different pages when it came to what they wanted for their relationship moving forward. Compared to the previous seasons, in terms of the way he conducts himself and the things that he says, he was toned down and he was the mediator between some of the squabbles as well. So I saw a bit of a change in him. And we know that Kaylee is not really... she's never really part of the drama. Rather, she would just observe from a distance. She's always that neutral party. This season, Nadia, she was not here for anything that was not serving her. And she was also grieving. We also got to see her being vulnerable about that. Then, of course, we cannot forget about Louis. He's always misunderstood in some shape, form, or way. Or maybe the way that he conducts himself might be off-putting to some of the people in the group. So him and Ini had a huge fallout. Swanky is always there to stand up for his friends, and if Louis is not on good terms with one of his friends, then he would step in. So we got to see Swanky and him also have a time where they had a disagreement and just not taking a liking to each other. He also mentioned that within this group, he's not really sure where to stand with everybody because he's also not sure about where everybody else is coming from. And then the man who keeps it casual was mesmerized by the introduction of Gifile. It was like he wants to take a chance on her. The biggest villain, if you will, for this season. Is she a villain? No. But a lot of people were really not vibing with her. I was surprised that her friendship with Swanky was also a bit unstable-ish. I assumed from the previous season that she and Swanky were on better terms after the apology that they issued to each other last year, but that was not the case because Swanky was still distant from her. But I feel like in terms of Zari especially, she wanted to redeem herself. Fantana this season, her friendship with Nadia got stronger. Nadia was also out there to look out for her, especially in the situationship that she also had with Diamond. So now let's get into our most shocking moments. At number 5, we have the explosive disagreements that happen at the gatherings. Somebody would be triggering the next person and then a huge fight would blow up, leaving a bittersweet taste in the host's mouth. Coming in at number 4 would be Diamond not wanting to claim Fantana. He never claims anyone. And then that whole fiasco of the possibility of her expecting his kid, the way it all played out. Especially the fact that Nadia and Swanky were not thrilled at this idea. At number 3, we have the proposal of Quentin to Kaylee. This was very surprising because throughout the season they had some bittersweet moments, and there were times where it kind of felt like the relationship was going to end at some point. After all of that, for them to finally get engaged was a very sweet twist to the show. I think they were just fighting to find a common ground, so all the best for them. In the second place, oh my goodness, when Kifilwe blindsided Diamond. Now Diamond took her out on a date and she was a bit taken aback because according to her understanding he's supposed to have a fling with Fantana. Nonetheless, she accepted the invite, but then she does something sneaky and informed Fantana about this meetup, and Fantana ambushes them, which completely caught Diamond off guard. It was a whole thing that was so awkward for Diamond, and I think Kifilwe was also just making a statement of, I'm not necessarily interested in this. And then finally, coming in at the number 1 spot is Annie's speech at Zori's wedding. Now this caught everybody off guard because of their rocky history. People were just questioning the genuineness behind the speech. Zori was also very shocked. She's like, oh my goodness, how is this happening? That's about it for this video. I hope I didn't miss out on anything else. Thank you so much for being here once again. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Engage with me in the comment section. Like, what was your favorite moments or some standout moments for you, or things you didn't even like. Put on your post notifications for every time that I do post so that you don't miss out on any of my posts. It is always fun to hang out with you guys. From me to you guys. I'll see you guys next time.